Hey guys, this is a live recorded game, or sorry, precasted game. We're playing against Ellie dot or Ellie Zeus, Ellie Zus. I'm not sure how to say his name, and it's a Mongol mirror, and we're playing on Sunken Lands. Um, I guess well, first off, I'll start. I haven't been able to play very much. I played a little bit. We were actually in the USA tournament this past couple weeks, and we were able to play a little bit, but that was honestly pretty much like the only games we really got in. We got maybe like one or two ranked games in, a couple like skirmish games versus bots like before our matches, but we've been super busy at work, just construction stuff and doing decks, doing a deck specifically, and yeah, our hands have been in a pretty rough shape. So yeah, it just kind of is what it is, and yeah, we got knocked out of the losers bracket. We lost to Fei Chan. I think in like one round before quarterfinals, and then I think we won one round in the losers bracket. This is a mistake here. Could have killed that. We lost one round in the losers bracket, and then we lost versus Felisberto in the losers bracket. Again, round before quarterfinals loser bracket, I think. So, here's what it is. Best of luck to both of them. They both have really good. I think Faye's got a good shot of winning, and I think Felisberto's got a good shot of getting into the finals again. So I think he's got a good shot for third place. So yeah, so I am trying to get a couple of videos in so I can get out some content since I haven't really posted anything, and yeah, we'll try to make some videos here and there. I might be doing a little bit more of like build order type of videos instead, just because the work situation. I'm just usually getting home and I'm just dead, so hands are just working at like 10 p.m. So it is what it is. So so we'll go back to the game now. Mongol on this map, Sunken Lands, is interesting of a map. Definitely a map that you could, I feel like, Tower Rush, because they don't have a big wood line. Like he was, I think, supposed to spawn. And we started here, so we would have had like relatively safe wood and stuff, or gold and stone, but you don't really have a safe wood line. So it's actually a pretty interesting map in that regards, because you can really harass your opponent's wood pretty well. So he's got 9 sheep, and we collected I think like 11 or so. So definitely a little bit in our favor here, and there is still sheep to gather. If you look at he's checked that whole half. I checked this whole half. So we actually do a pretty good job in terms of splitting the map, just kind of coincidentally. But he does kind of an interesting build here. To deny like a Dark Age play, he decides to drop his town center on his Uwe and his gold, which is okay. But on a map like this, and in almost any map in general, it's very risky not to have a wood line. Another thing is he's behind 2 villagers because his TC, it must have been up here and he moved it, or maybe it was supposed to be over here and he moved it. But either way, he moved it far enough, and it took long enough to set up that he's behind a 2 villagers right now, which is a really big deal. Even if this wasn't a Mongol matchup, he'd be an additional villager behind. So yeah, definitely important as the Mongols that getting the TC down is really important. So we got, yeah, almost a 2 villager lead. It's more like a full one villager, because we get ours like just a second after he does. So we got a fast age up, but we're a little bit late on our wood, so archer range is going down a little bit late. We haven't scouted his base yet, and we just know it's around here. We're being really careful around these wood lines. We see him age up now. We see his deer zone. Again, we're just being really careful here. We don't want to walk into a TC. And we see his gold is here, and you see that he's on the deer carcasses. So it'd be almost like me dropping, like, instead of dropping here, if I dropped like here, which isn't a bad option either. Maybe that's why I delayed a little bit the drop, is because he dropped it on the deer, so the deer got like shuffled around a bit. So yeah, he's got a couple Mangudai in production, we've got 2 Mangudai out, and we've got our next set of Mangudai on the way. So militarily, we have the lead right now, and we can kind of push him back. But this is kind of where the TC comes into play, right? Like, I can't actually push anything here. Now, that being said, he is hurting for wood, and he doesn't have any wood. So if he loses a fight here, it's a pretty big deal. And we're just waiting for our next Mangudai to get over here. We are in a really good spot right now, because we have that villager lead. And if we look at just our vision, we can see this is happening, and we can fight this. We're also getting our eco-techs right now. And for some reason my specialized pick doesn't show up. So that's bugged, but I definitely have my specialized pick here. You can see that. So it makes me wonder, okay, his isn't bugged. So he's trying to get onto gold. And he's got 4 Mangudai, and I've got 4 Mangudai as well as a Khan Hunter. So I probably should have fought this sooner. I could have fought that now. Like, I should have fought that now. I should have pushed him off of his gold. If I pushed him off his wood right here, this was a fight I could have taken. I could have pushed him off his wood and just straight up won the game. So now he's got 5 Mangudai against 5 Mangudai and a Khan Hunter, and he focuses my my Khan Hunter first, and then he gets my Khan. So it's not really the best of trades for him. I decided to kill my sheep because I don't want him to steal it. So we've pushed him off of wood, and yeah, it's a big deal. He's on 69 wood, so basically all I can do from here is castle. We took a little bit better fight because he killed our Khan Hunters, but without a Khan Hunter now, we have to be really careful about how we take a fight here, and I think we get caught out here. Yeah, so we mess up a little bit. We try to focus on his Mangudai here, the ones that are weak. And that's a good job by us, turning what could be a really bad situation because he can outrange us here. But we overcommit and we lose this Mangudai. This one was going to die, but losing the extra one is really bad. So we went from like being like in a favorable position to like not a great position. So again, it just comes from not playing a lot. We're going to drop a tower here and boost up our villages with yam, and we're just going to use our deer stone up here because that's another thing, is movement speed. Another thing, being on the edge of stealth with no vision is really bad. We have 2 Khan Hunters out on the way, and we do have a slight lead. And the big thing is, more than anything, is we have our blacksmith, we have our military techs, and we have 2 ranges. So we're geared towards he's going to castle, and we're geared towards map control in this feudal. This map is really interesting. I don't know if it's actually a good Mongol map, just because the trade isn't in a great spot. But the open nature of it is something that makes me think that it is a good Mongol map. The back wood lines are a little bit like trappy and easy to wall, so maybe it'll end up not being a great map the more I play it. But yeah. We don't see this step readout going up. We kind of suspected he was doing it, or that he was going to go for this woodline in the back. So we got a bigger army. We easily wipe his army if he decides to push us here. Tower onto the gold when you move out now. These are smaller gold. You start with a small gold and you have a 4k gold nearby. So again, one of the new things about these maps is that that little bit of a feature, right? So we think he's moving over to this other wood, right? Just makes the most sense. And do we have... We don't have the improved superior mobility, which is kind of a mistake. And we catch his army building this outpost here. And we react a little bit late here. We still wanted to clear this out. He hits castle. We see the stat readout. We see him dropping this tower on wood. And this is something that could not happen. This needed to not happen. Like 100%. Like him getting this up is actually a really big deal. So we're not able to kill anything here, but this is something just like a mistake. Like taking our whole army there instead of leaving some of them to deny anything that happens here. So bit of a mistake. But he's getting his veteran tech, which is good. But ooh, we don't have survival technique. This is kind of a mistake. But we can just idle his wood. We can keep idling his wood. We can, and this is where we notice. Oh yeah, we can idle his gold. Right, his first gold is probably done, almost done. We're gonna bring the deerstone close so we get real good vision of his base. I could have just dropped it here, to be honest. Maybe here's a better spot. And we just have to be careful about being in range of this springwall tower. We do have to back out here, but we have a much bigger army than he does. Deerstone is just trying to set up here. Yeah, so I do end up trying to drop it here. Behind this, I don't think we start trading or nothing. Yeah, we're just all in on units here. Again, all he's got is wood here. So what we've done is transition into stables so we can burn down this tower. We can deny that tower. He's kind of stuck in terms of the wood department, right? And we know he's kind of committing to this front fight. So he's getting out more Mangadai. Again, I probably could have put more pressure. I could have denied this stat readout a little bit better. Like all this gold income he's getting, I could have done a much better job with denying. And we take this fight here because he's got 8 Mangadai. Even though 8 Mangadai are good, I got some horsemen mixed in, and I still have a really strong amount of Mangadai here. So DPS is pretty good. This wolf has got 2 life. God, I hope he doesn't kill a bunch of my villagers here. Oh, he already killed one. Oh. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mistake there on my part. But we have idled out his TC a little bit, which is nice. And now we're transitioning onto his gold. Yeah, we should have done this sooner. We could have prevented this tower from going up, which would have been a big deal. And now he's lost a bunch of villages, so now he's in a really bad spot. This is kind of like in a winning or losing scenario here. I'm gonna lose all these villages to a wolf. Oh my god. So we commit to the burn down here. We just use our horsemen to burn, and we use our Mangadai to fight. We're gonna lose a bunch of units here, but if this outpost stays up, it's gonna be a huge problem because the game is riding on his gold now. I mean, the wood we can't deny anymore, but it's not a huge wood pack. But the gold is really important that we're able to deny. Again, veteran Mangadai are good, but you can even see his veteran Mangadai are doing 6 damage. Regular Mangadai with a +1 upgrades are doing 6 damage. So the big difference is the health pool, right? And we got +1 armor. He's got 20 more health, but we're doing 1 more damage. We're doing the same amount of damage. Yeah, we're doing 1 more damage and receiving 1 less. So yeah, he denied his gold and we shut him down. So kind of a little bit of a different match in terms of ways to play this. A lot of people are doing the fast imp for Mongols now, and it's strong, but yeah, it's easy to get caught out. And this is one of those maps that is quite good to raid, but it's difficult to defend yourself too much. So kind of sucks, a little bit of a spoiler, but we're playing this next one is versus HRE against Gum Indie 2022. Now, Enlightened Horizons is a Dark Age map. You should play it as Dark Age. HRE, China, Ottoman. I think those are really strong civs on this map, especially HRE on this map. I would definitely recommend if you're trying to win. Like an easier one is to go HRE on this map. Send a villager out like he's doing. Build a house. Build a barracks. And capture this merchant camp. It's a lot of income. It's an extra villager. And as Mongols, you should do the same thing. You could drop your uvu. Oh, it's kind of weird with Mongols because you can't drop your uvu and your barracks on the merchant camp. So that's kind of where other civs have a little bit of an advantage here. on the Mongols in terms of Dark Age. Like, yeah, you'll have great production with the Uwu and stuff, but you're gonna delay your merchant camp capture a little bit, which is a pretty big deal. We're almost 1 minute in, and we are able to set up our TC really quickly, which is nice. So we're only like a half villager behind in terms of villagers, which is not too bad. Obviously, he's HRE, so these 8 villagers are really like closer to 11. He queues up the spearman. This is a little bit of a mistake. You do want to leave your villager here, I think, to capture this. You're so close to capturing it, you might as well. So he could have been up another villager like by now. So this isn't a huge amount of difference in terms of income or anything. We did bump our scouts in the middle here. If you look at my scouting pattern, I just kind of stick to my side. When I bump into him in the middle, we get up to 6, and you see he went across and kind of scouted us, and he's at 6 now too. This is one of those maps where I think I'd have to double check my notes. But I think you get a little bit more sheep than normal. So he's captured this, and he's not going across, which is something he should be doing. Like, he should be over here capturing this now. It's a little bit of a mistake. Definitely happens. Not a big deal. And we kind of expected that this is his Dark Age play, so we're gonna go across here, and we knew he hadn't scouted the middle yet. If you look at him, yeah, we knew he was going over and back. We knew he'd be somewhere around here, most likely. And he decides to move across with his spearmen. We're over here, and we look away for a second. Again, haven't been playing a lot, playing kind of sloppy, and lose 3 sheep here, which is, again, a pretty big deal, because if I'd seen this and I kept running, I had 2 more sheep here, 5 sheep. Would have been really nice to have all of that. So it just kind of is what it is. He picks up these 3 sheep. He goes 12. He's going to go 14 sheep. So he should have had 9 sheep. He should have had 9 sheep. And we would have had like 12 sheep. So this is what it is. Not playing, bad habits, and just not being like warmed up or ready to play, and not really micromanaging your units like you should. So he's going to go now to the wolf den. He, I think, has messed up his build a little bit here. He's out of food, so he went super heavy on wood. Yeah, so he took too long with his scout to get back here. So he had a little bit of idle time. And he's getting a little bit of gold from the merchant camps. Now he's not 17 but 19 villagers, so he's got a really strong eco right now. But he's a little bit delayed in terms of doing his burn down on the wolf dens, which will give him some gold here, which we'll see shortly. So he sets it on fire and he just runs away. And that gives him 150 gold, which is enough to age up. And he's going to go do this one probably too. Again, nice little boost, definitely strong. But we got our ranges up, and we're just going to try to establish map control from here. And he's quick tapping with mine work. And I personally think HRE, for a Dark Age build, to really take advantage of their Civ bonus. Like right now he has 1 prelate buffing 19 vils. He's only buffing 9 vils. And he's losing a lot of his Civ bonus out of this. So I do personally think you should drop 1 villager on a gold early on as HRE to be scaling prelates basically throughout the game. Like, he could easily have 2 prelates and be aging up at this point. So he doesn't fully burn this. He does distract the wolves. Okay, so he burns this, gets another 150 gold. So I mean, great income on paper, really strong income. But we are going to recapture this merchant camp now and push him off of it. Good job on his part, walling down here to the south. Also, the Lost Ronin. Kind of a cool little thing. Definitely is currently a slow burn, and maybe it's a good thing I could definitely see it becoming a little bit OP if it was a little bit like if it was a 1 minute cooldown for a new Ronin. But I do think it could be a little bit faster than 2 minutes. But tough to say. We've captured our merchant camp, so now this villager difference is actually shouldn't be even. So that means he's got a lot of idle time on his TC. Well, not a lot. Basically, we're only 10 seconds behind, but enough. And we're able to take this his merchant camp now. Pretty big deal. It would have been. I didn't even think he was going to capture the Lost Ronin. I honestly forgot about them. I should have went and sent one unit to go capture that, because that's actually a pretty big deal. He's capturing the vision. But he's being very passive right now. For going mine work, he needs to really be a little bit more... I guess I'm a mass archer, so he's messing up units. So I guess he can't really push out, but at the same time... Not a lot of pressure from him. And that's why I was able to really take back these camps. So we're going to go push forward, and we do see his archers here, so we have to be a little bit careful about taking a fight here. We can, you know, maybe poke here and there, maybe, you know, kill a villager. But it's tough. He's got 5 tiles of range. Our Khan has got enough range to poke. Our Mangudai don't, and our Khan Hunter does. But again, we throw away our Khan Hunter naturally. And we just have to fall back. It's not a good fight. We do have a stable switch behind this. What we're doing is sending a Keshik over to kill these wolves. Even if he hasn't killed the wolf den already. Even if he has killed the wolf den already, there is wolves over there. We cannot trade unless we kill those wolves. Keshik will do a great job taking care of it. So we do have a market set up, and we're going double stables. We know he's going to go really heavy into archers to fight us since we committed so heavily into Mangudai. We also know he's heavy on spearmen, so we need to keep like a healthy mass here. But we have to be able to take a really good fight. And is he scouting back here? Oh, he is scouting back here. Okay. And he almost denies our market. I think he could have, which would have been actually a pretty annoying thing. I would have killed it, but definitely a bit annoying. And you can see how your Kesha can deal with this. Pretty much no problem. And it's better if the cave is still up, because he can heal up on the cave quite a bit. So over here on the front, we see him pushing. He's got a really big army. A lot of units here. We're able to snipe a archer, which is good. But it's not like... super good or anything like that. 1 second, I do have to pause. Very sorry about that, it was just a phone call. So we don't take this fight, we're going to lose a little bit of our eco here. And now he's actually got a pretty good villager lead, so we idled our TC here. Again, not great. We moved out onto the deer. But even though we don't, like, numbers wise this isn't a great fight up here, army value wise it's a pretty close fight, and we know it's a pretty close fight. We're dropping a tower up here just to kind of defend it, and we did sneak some villagers out to this boar. It's actually a pretty big deal because yeah, he's still only on 1 prelate here. If he had upped his prelate count, he'd be in a much better spot right now. Jesus, the Ronin is how fast? 151? Oh my god. That's as fast as a Mangudai, I think. Oh no, we're 1.8. Oh, but we're under Yam. We'll see when we get out from under Yam. So he's taking a really good map control. Moving out onto here. We are sending our Keshik out to go raid along the side here onto these deer. We figured he was going to be over there shortly. Probably could have captured this. We do see his scout over here, and we send out our units to go take care of this. Again, he sees our traders probably. But his army's kind of in a weird spot. He's not looking to be really aggressive. At this point, he probably could almost like just push and kill us and end the game. And this is why this is really more of a Dark Age map. But he doesn't kill us, and it gives us a little bit of window opportunity to actually be able to do something here. And this boar is really coming in clutch for us. So that's one thing I do think that it's pretty important in this map early on, is the boar isn't super far, so you can really get onto it pretty quickly. He does a good job of noticing our Keshik over here, and this is just classic. He does a good job microing here, and we don't do a great job. But basically, a bunch of villagers shank my Keshik. So no value really, a little bit of idle time, which is okay. And we push out just to see what he's got going on here. Again, our army value is really similar now. And we've done a full switch into stables here. And he's still just on 3 production. No, he's still on 4 production buildings. Okay. So we're able to push and retake this, which is nice just to kind of help our eco, you know, get back online here. Villagers over here, pulling villagers from here onto these berries. And market is still going, so yeah, it's just one of those things where we probably die if he pushes us really heavy earlier on. But sneaking out to these boars and not getting punished for taking this boar is a really big deal. So we're gonna go push and kind of try to find his army and, you know, cause some pressure here. Catching this merchant camp really quick is, you know, we're not going to get a lot of value out of it, but it is kind of nice. And we have our Keshik up here kind of chilling, waiting to do some damage. And we are dropping towers over places that I think are important, things like the boar and extra areas here. And we catch his little villagers out here. A couple of will kills here, really nice. A little bit of army kills too. Like, killing 4 builds is nice, and then we kind of head out this way. Does a good job of walling us here. If he had walled us here, it would have been really big, I think. But we try to click past here, and then we notice a little bit late that he has walled us in. So we're gonna take a different route. But while this is happening, we're gonna send our Keshik in to his tower here, and this kind of is where a lot of tempo is going into our favor here. Yes, we lose our whole army for not a ton of value. But our Keshik's got a really big raid over here on his deer pack. He loses a prelate, he loses a bunch of villagers. So now, yeah, our army value is dropped significantly because we lost all those Mangudai. But behind the scenes, we never stopped rallying here. We're still rallying, still making units, and we are trickling trade. You know, 13 minutes, we only got 3 traders, so it's not like we made a ton of traders. And we're establishing outposts on important resources like boar. This one's going to protect this next gold node expansion. You know, he's going to finish this gold and he's going to have to move on to the next one eventually. So, doing what we can. And we still have this merchant camp, which is actually a pretty big deal. And behind the 9 kills, it's a lot of eco we're getting here. Losing a Keshik here, not the best. We're trying to burn here. We react decently here. I don't think. Okay, we do lose a Mangudai. A bit unfortunate. He doesn't lose a spearman. Behind this, my Keshiks do have to run. And his spears are still able to chase me. So he sees my tower going up. I have to cancel and just run my villager. And we're gonna go try to get some more raids in the back with this. And he hasn't seen. I guess he has seen this army here, which is okay. But we're still really stable heavy, and we're starting to float a good amount of wood here. We see his army here, and he's dropping rams. So all we're doing is just gonna keep rallying here by our base. No more damage being found in the back here. Just kind of is what it is. He's got his military attacks coming through, and we're finishing up. We still got one more to go. And basically what we do, because we see this is coming, we just dropped some towers here to be able to garrison villages and get a lot of damage, right? But this is a decent army here. And yeah, even though we took a relatively bad trade killing all of these villagers, we do have a bit of an eco lead right now. So it's really really about being able to hold this. If we can hold this, we can do quite a bit of damage. He is sending a Ronin over here, which we see, but not much we can do. We're just going to have to let the outpost do its thing. Get a little bit of a dive here, just to delay this push as much as possible. Delay these rams. We got a pretty nice attack on them. And then this villager, we accidentally grouped him with my units, and he attacks. These villagers were able to pull out and garrison without losing any of them. But with a production here, and the TC shooting on his archers, we're able to clean this up pretty easy, and we just don't have to engage this. We just can back up. His men-at-arms is over here, and we know that there was a Ronin over here, so we are kind of paying attention to that, dropping an outpost on this golden berries. There's his men-at-arms. We're going to go deal with that right now. Oh, we also see the lost Ronin camp, so yeah, we're going to go capture this thing too. He doesn't have the gold for it. Oh, he does. He just dropped out both of those. Hopefully we react in time here. Yeah, we do. Our tower here is going to take out the spearmen, which is nice. Tower going up here. Again, going to help catch the transition. Oh, here, take a little bit of a fight just to kind of delay his army. Well, we can, but honestly, all these units chasing these Ronin, probably not necessary. I probably should just capture this. This needs, like, he's got another one in the ticket right now. Luckily, one thing is, though, we did build this pretty early on, and this makes it quite a good spot to defend, and we're just sending units this way. Again, not the best fight on paper, but army value wise we're actually really similar, and this is mostly archers, so if we can kill the melee units, he's gonna have to fight us under tower with archers, which is not a good deal. And his men-at-arms is gonna kill. No, okay, it almost killed, but it didn't. So we wanted to go deal with this man-at-arm. We almost sent our whole army to go do that, and then I'm like, oh, I should just split off one Keshik, because that'd be smart. So yeah, my brain turned on, and I decided to just normally react instead of overreact. I still haven't captured this, which is pretty big, because now it's almost like 3 Ronins that I could have denied, if not more, if I'd captured that sooner. Okay, my Keshik does find his man-at-arms, which is nice. And then since we were pretty heavy on wood production, we've gone up to 3 markets, and this is just kind of our boom to kind of help solidify the villager damage we got done. And since we lost some villagers on the tower here, we also wanted to commit to making a lot of traders to kind of compensate for that fact that our eco was kind of suffering. Pastures are still going up. This Keshik has been lost in translation. And we don't have stone. Yeah, so we forgot that our Ubu ran out, so this is kind of a big deal. These towers that I'm building aren't going to do a lot without emplacements on them, unfortunately, so that is what it is. But the plus side is, I guess I'm not losing the stone that I invest, if I had, invested stone on them. So here we are microing our tower to shoot spearmen. Because again, once the spearmen die, the horsemen, like, there's nothing this army can actually do to this tower. They're just gonna die. So we just have to keep making cav, focus on his spearmen, and then this is a really bad fight for him. He's really far out of position here. And we probably could have committed to this and wiped that army. But I just wanted to play a little bit more conservative in a sense that, yeah, I got trade booming, right? I don't want to lose anything. I just wanted to be really careful. Maybe not the best of things. So villager's still here doing his thing. Horseman not attacking this ram is actually kind of a big deal. We did finally capture this Ronin point, which is nice. And we send these calves to go clean that up. And we're basically going to go rotate and find him on the next nodes or into his pocket over here wherever he's at. So we kind of knew he was kind of chilling back here. Ooh, don't catch that villager. Kind of a mistake right there. Shouldn't just run right by a villager like that and not notice. So kill that villager, start building our tower here. We both are building about the same time. And we did go up to triple ranges now. Again, we were kind of heavy on the wood side of things, kill a villager here. Yeah, just a villager, maybe two. And kind of thread the needle here, try to get out without losing too much. We do lose a couple of units, so maybe not worth it. We're gonna send these guys to go clean up these horsemen. We are gonna lose this outpost, I believe. We have captured this. Leaving this Kashik here is probably a mistake. Losing this villager. We cancel the tower. And while this is going on, we try to do a little bit of a push here. Kind of a misclick because we didn't pay attention. And we lose a lot of army value there. So destroyed value, you can see he's actually significantly ahead in terms of destroyed value. So sloppy play by us. But we've done enough eco damage early on to pivot it into a lead, which is important. We're going to chase these horsemen. Over here we do catch him rotating onto gold. And honestly, I stay and fight this, but I don't know. I should leave this. No sense in staying it that long. But once we do see that his army has reacted here, we pull our other army over to here. And basically that's what we do. We just keep rotating pressure. These units could have went and killed this. Again, just a little bit of sloppy mistakes here and there. I pull my villagers to burn this instead of like these guys right here. On top of my villagers, right? Not just my villagers. I also could have packed up my GUR, right? And it wouldn't have gone down. A little bit of an overcommittal, but not too bad. He's going castle behind this. It's kind of crazy, especially with 24 villagers. It's a little bit of overkill, to say the least. Last Ronin, we're only on one Ronin. It's kind of wild. Or do I have one running around somewhere? No, I don't think I do. It would have come in sooner. So, taking a little bit of a fight here, harassing. Not a big deal. Again, we can see his army is mostly archers. There is some spearmen. So we're still being a very archer heavy comp here. Or cav heavy comp. And it takes us a little bit longer than I would have liked to react to here, and we dip. And now he's reached castle. We also went to castle during this. And yeah, Kurultai is over and on the way. But the difference in eco is massive right now, right? So we're at 34 traders. This GUR should be remade. We rebuild a GUR here. Yeah, and we can. Oh, we took this one lone Kashik and was burning down the walls over here. So this draws some attention on here, and we also get to see his army down here. Again. Probably bad that we never even reacted to that. Oh my god. We send our Kashiks over here to kill these wolves because we were kind of low on health. I thought maybe it'd be like a net positive for health for them, but I'm not sure if it is. But since his army moved down here, we do see him picking relics. We're just gonna push forward. We're gonna take this merchant camp, and then we're gonna push into his eco. And that was enough aggression for him to react and pull back. He probably could have pushed in here. Probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of value. But it would be like a pseudo base trade situation, and where I do have a lot more traders and stuff, he could have potentially gotten a lot more value out of it. Tough to say. I think it's probably the right choice if he keeps pushing us and then falls back afterwards. So yeah, this is just villager for days. We commit to this because we can snipe his monk here. We drop our attack speed arrow just to kill as many villagers as possible. Right there we should have attack move because we could have chapped a bunch of villagers. So a little bit unfortunate, but we just dipped. We've lost the majority of our Mangudai here. We only got yet 2. And it's all just Kashik and Cav. So we're not going to get any value unless we stop and fight. And there's a lot of spears here and a lot of army, and it's under TC. So decent raid though. We killed quite a bit of villagers here. And we're just going to keep falling back. While we fall back, we'll send these villagers, these units out onto gold, and we're just gonna go on to our Kurultai, and yeah, production is still ramping up. 5 ranges, which is a big deal. We're up to 45 traders at this point. So this is not a great fight. You can see army count, huge difference. Army value, pretty big difference. But this is a bad fight for him to take under Kurultai. We get a lot of value out of these units lasting so long. And now that we've got Mangudai mixed in, we're trading decently against his spears. And we're able to clean this up. He has picked 2 of the relics that were close, which is good on him. And we're able to kill a couple villages here and there. And while we focus some of his attention with his Keshiks here, we pull a couple Mangudai to run into the back and just secure a couple more kills. We did send 1 more Keshik over here just to be annoying and draw attention. And just splitting attention is actually a pretty good thing to do. We do get our improved bounty as well as our improved con arrow and our improved mobility for our building since we do have the Kurultai. It's pretty important, I think, because I do feel like I was in like a winning position to get that stuff. And yeah, we killed 1 more villagers with those Mangudai, so maybe not great value with those 2 Mangudai going in there. Probably bad value, but here we catch another nice little raid. We kill another 4 or 5 villagers. We catch his horsemen here. Really bad fight for him to take. Again, in castle, these towers do damage, but they're not. If they're not upgraded, the arrows aren't doing like game-ending damage to your units. Really, like you're not just suiciding them walking under there. And now that we've been, you know, kind of knocking on the front door here, we commit with a couple more units. And behind this again, we're just rallying to this center point. It's a nice little control point. And we are picking relics of our own behind this. And we've gone up to 7 stables now. So, not a ton of units, but I know where he's setting up his pseudo-Akin. Is over here, right? He's got the 2 monasteries. Again, probably not the best positioning. I don't like how I kind of set them up. But it's going to draw some attention. Hopefully pull his army to the south. And that's why we pull our units over here, including 4 Ronin. And we're super heavy on gold, and we basically bought our way up to Imp. And we can't find his army, we just know it's around here. We knew that was, you know, stuck in no man's land between these 2 raids. So, this is a lot of idle time for him. And we get a little bit of damage on these villagers here. Not great committing to this like that. That's probably more of a misclick more than anything, but... Second relic coming in, which is nice. And we just have a massive eco difference at this point, 55 traders. So yeah, there's pretty much no coming back for him on this. At this point, he's got a decent sized army, but we got the cog in it. It's going to be making units, and yeah, we got a lot of military about to pump out, as well as our elite techs. So this next fight is going to be a pretty decisive one. And yeah, we got 8 seconds. So we do our armor buff to give us kind of pseudo elite stats until the upgrades come in. Upgrades kick in pretty much during the fight after the buff wears off. Do micro to kill these villagers real quick. But now, like, again, this army is almost all archers. And I guess there's some crossbow mixed in. But now we have elite units, and yeah, they're just going to be able to do work against archers. Archers are great come feudal, come early castle, but late imp, or even early imp, it can be really rough to use archers because they can fall off really hard. So, yeah. Kind of a different way of playing this map, but I do think Dark Age is definitely the way, and I do think he kills me if he after hitting this merchant camp had applied pressure on my base in a more of a wraparound manner. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna keep, you know, playing here and there. work and stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to play a little bit more now that a lot of the heavy lifting is done. But we'll see. But yeah, had been a while since I even uploaded a video or nothing, so I did want to, you know, send one, upload one, and then yeah, hopefully I'll be making some more videos here and getting some more time to play. So thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll see you all on the next one.